Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're tuning in because we are tackling Language Unit 2, Humans and the Environment. And our big goal for today? We are going to finally crack the code on how we talk about the future in English. If you've ever, frozen mid-sentence trying to figure out which word to use for something happening tomorrow or even 5 minutes from now, well, you're in the exact right place. Before we get bogged down in the rules, picture this. It's a classic grammar mystery. You're chilling in your living room, totally relaxed, and out of nowhere, ring, ring, the phone starts going off. You jump up. In that split second, do you say, I will answer it, or do you say, I am going to answer it? They both point to the future, right? But only one of them actually sounds natural to a native speaker in that exact moment. Figuring out why isn't just a technicality. It's an absolute game changer for expressing exactly what you mean. All right, let's get into Section 1, the future tense dilemma, 2 paths to tomorrow.
Moving right along to Section 2, investigating will, decisions in the moment.
Okay, let's break this down. In English, both will and be going to look ahead, but they are definitely not interchangeable. It all boils down to context and, crucially, when you made the choice to act. So here's your golden rule. We use will when a decision is made at the exact moment of speaking. You didn't wake up planning this. The idea literally just popped into your head in response to whatever is happening right now. Imagine you're hanging out with a friend, and out of the blue, they say, I'm thirsty. You didn't know they were going to be thirsty before this, right? So in that exact second, you make a snap decision to help them out. You say, I will get you some water. That split-second, spontaneous reaction, that is the absolute perfect time to use will. But hold on, because will actually moonlights at a second job. We also use will when we're just guessing or throwing our own personal opinion out there about what might happen. In this scenario, you aren't making a sudden decision to act. You're just making a prediction based purely on a gut feeling. For instance, you might say, I think it will rain tomorrow. Notice how that kicks off with I think. It's a prediction based entirely on your own thoughts. You're not checking a weather app, you're not pointing at a storm cell, you're just sharing a hunch. When it's just a guess or an opinion, will is for sure your best friend. So let's quickly run through the math of building these sentences because the formula is actually a breeze. For a positive sentence, you just take your subject, add will, and then your base verb, like I will study tonight, or she will help us. For a negative, it's subject plus will not, or the super common contraction, won't, plus the base verb, I won't be late. And for a question, just flip the subject and the will. Will you help me? The absolute best part of all this is that the base verb is always used. No adding an S, no tacking on an ing to the action verb, just will plus the base verb and you're good to go. All right, let's flip the script. Section 3, investigating be going to, the pre-existing plan. So if will is all about spontaneity, be going to is all about the pre-existing plan. We use this one for a future intention where the decision was made before the moment of speaking. The wheels were already in motion. You've already thought it through, and now you're just cluing someone else in on a plan you made in the past. I'm going to study English tonight. If you say this, it means you didn't just decide it right this second. You already locked it into your schedule. Maybe you decided over breakfast, or maybe yesterday, but that plan was solidly in place before the conversation even started. The intention was already there. And just like our buddy Will, be going to has a second job, and honestly, this one is my favorite. I call it the detective rule. We use be going to make a prediction when there is clear, visible evidence right now that something is about to go down. You use this form when you can literally see the clues predicting the future right in front of your eyes. Think about it. Look at those dark clouds. It is going to rain. Do you hear the urgency there? You aren't just taking a wild guess anymore. You aren't just saying, I think. You are looking straight at physical evidence. Huge, heavy, black clouds. And that visual proof triggers the going to rule. The clouds are the proof, so the future event is already showing its cards. Now, the formula for be going to takes a tiny bit more heavy lifting, but it follows a really strict pattern. You need your subject, plus the right form of the be verb, am, is, or are, plus going to, plus the base verb. I am going to study. She is going to travel. For a negative sentence, just drop a not right after the be verb. He isn't going to come. And for questions, toss the be verb up front. Are you going to study tonight? See how the be verb shape shifts depending on the subject, but that base action verb at the very end stays exactly the same? Piece of cake.
Time to put it all together. Section 4. The showdown. Will versus be going to.
We've got all our evidence, so let's put these two sets of rules in the ring for a head-to-head match. First up, decision timing. Will equals a decision made now. Be going to equals a plan made before. Let's solve that ringing phone mystery from the intro. The phone rings unexpectedly. You definitely didn't plan for it to ring. Because your decision to act happens right now in the exact moment of the ringing, I will answer it is the winner. But if you say, I'm going to visit my grandmother tomorrow, well, you made that plan way before now, so going to takes the crown. Next up, let's compare those prediction types. Will is for a simple prediction or opinion, like saying, I think our team will win. It's just a hopeful guess, right? But be going to is a prediction backed up by hard evidence. You're pointing at those heavy rain clouds and shouting, it is going to rain. Opinion versus cold, hard evidence. It really paints the future in two totally different lights, doesn't it?
Which brings us to Section 5, the ultimate memory tip, your grammar cheat sheet.
We've covered a ton of ground today, but I want to make absolutely sure you walk away feeling confident. So here is your ultimate memory tip. I want you to memorize this simple mantra. Seriously, say it with me. Will equals decide now. Going to equals plan before. Let's do it one more time. Will equals decide now. Going to equals plan before. Anchor that permanently in your brain. And hey, remember, no matter which path you take, both forms are always followed by the base verb. I will study, I am going to study. Keep it simple, stick to the base verb, and just focus on when that decision was actually made. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of our investigation into the future. But listen, I don't want you to just learn this and immediately forget it. I want you to actually use it today. So here's my challenge to you. Think about your own life. What are you going to do tomorrow? What plans have you already made? Or better yet, look around the room right this second. What will you do right now in this spontaneous moment? The future is entirely yours to talk about. Thanks so much for hanging out and exploring this explainer with me, and keep practicing.